Rob said I look like I'm in a bank vault. Or he said it. What did say what you said? I look like what?
Well, because Kasim said it looked like George Clooney's about to break in. And then I said, yeah, it looks like you're like on step 4 of like a major heist process, where you just sit there and you say one thing. You're like, yeah, the eagle has on this move, the eagle's on approach.
And then I said, like, my dream role that I think I could fucking crush that nobody would ever expect that doesn't know me or listen to this podcast that I could do is like a dope New York chick that's like just in this room with all her computers and shit that's like super stoned that just like, they always have these like fun characters all around like Brad and George and Matt Damon or whoever else is in it. You know what I mean? Like all these like handsome, amazing, untouchable movie stars and then like all these funny characters around them. I think I would really be a funny one.
Oh, you want to be the parts that I read for, which is like the computer.
Yes,
the computer guy.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Because then I don't have to worry about the physicality because I'm always in my little office.
No, this is I hate this idea because you're taking jobs from ugly people or regular looking people.
Well,
beautiful
but
people.
Then what we could do is
I'm not beautiful enough or sexy enough to be like the Ocean's 11 chick, like walking in. Like I'm not at that level, so I gotta fit in somewhere, and this is where I could shine.
But here's what I think we do. We do a little switch kind of thing. Kasim's agent sends you on his stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have Jamie's
Freaky Friday, Hollywood edition.
Yeah, Jamie's manager sends you on her audition. So
awesome.
Yeah, you're the heartthrob.
Check me out on Big Sky.
Yeah.
ABC's every services.
Wednesday nights. 9 Central. And then you can stream it on Hulu. I haven't actually promoted it. Yeah, it's out, guys.
Yeah, it's on Haley.
Oh,
my director right now is Australian, and I fucking love her. And she says,
"Oh, Jamie,
shit.
Oh, hey, how you going today,
Jamie? Can we do this one, but more in the saddle?"
That was good, Jamie.
And I was like, "Yeah." I like did it, and my co-star was like, "Sure." What does that mean?
Are you on a horse?
No, she's like, no, like do this take
in
more,
the
like,
pocket.
Sit back. Yeah, like sit back. You're in it now. It made sense. You get it, Rob. You're an actor.
Yeah, you're in the saddle, mate. I'm also Australian.
I
watch a lot of Aussie TV.
It does pretty much merit you to be Australian.
Yeah, for sure. I'm also Italian because I played in Italian for 10 years.
Me too. Same.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys saw it. Have you seen Dahmer at all, the show?
No, Cutter wants to watch it, but I'm still watching The Old Man. And
dude, I love this energy.
Wow, yeah, me too.
And I'm in the middle of
Did you smoke before the pod?
Yes.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
So that means we got this energy for 30, and then we got sleepy Amy.
Right. She's going to be eating and then half asleep.
No,
she's going to hit her head on the knob on the safe when she passes out.
I had 2 Reese's peanut butter cups before this. I put both my kids to bed because I just got back from Albuquerque today. I've been gone for 5 days. Last time I was here was with you, Rob. I left like 10 minutes later. So I'm finally back.
Oh, she flew back, put her kids to bed.
So I put both kids to bed, and then Bo's like, "Mommy, stay with me a little longer." I'm like, "No, dude, I'm already asked them to move the podcast back a little bit. I gotta go." And I came out and like Cutter knew. He's like, "The bowl's over there." And I was like, because he knows I like to smoke before the podcast.
Yeah.
And also, right when you put the kids to bed.
Yeah. And when you wake up.
I'm waiting for that.
That's mandatory.
Shut up. I wish I could function like that. I wish I could be, because when I'm stoned, I'm not, like when I'm stoned, I just feel very creative. Like I don't feel like, like I just feel, I'm like up, I'm with it, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a yes. But my body,
I'm a yes.
I'm this, I'm that, I'm a yes. Wow.
Dude, this is great. I smoked through that period.
My body will not cooperate when I'm high. Like it just wants to just fucking late. Like I don't walk well when I'm high. So I couldn't like drive around and like do shit. Otherwise I would be high when I acted as well. What'd I do?
Oh,
you're
me
this,
and Rob are like
you're
2
yes.
dolphins, dude.
You're this, you're that, you're a yes. We need to get, like, that's a fucking shirt, by the way.
You're this, you're that, you're a yes?
I'm this, I'm this, I'm a yes. That's, oh man, we might have to fucking pop that out.
At the rate we produce merch, that'll be out Q4 2025. Look for that shirt.
Yeah.
Well, we're just so happy to have you. Either in whatever sort of mental condition you're in, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
I did watch Dahmer, and the reason I brought that up was because I think it's great, by the way. It's
you do?
It's really well done. The guy
He's
who plays
so good.
it, Evan Peters, who of course you guys know from X-Men, and
from he just won the Emmy with the Kate Winslet show he did with her. Remember that?
I've never seen this guy. Heard of him.
The Mayor of Easttown or something. Was he in that?
Yes, he won an Emmy for it.
Oh, I saw that.
What was he doing?
Or a Golden Globe. He was the other detective guy, the young one that gets killed in the house when she's there with him.
Spoiler.
That was him.
Spoiler, Jesus. Yeah. All right. Well, of course that.
Isn't that how good he is?
He's so good. This role. Oh, well, I want to talk to you about like, would you do a role like this if you were portraying a serial killer, but not just any serial killer, because they're like, you classify them. There are cool ones. There are ones that like, are kind of like rock stars. And then there's like Jeffrey Dahmer, who like was eating, like gay minorities, like exclusively. Like what? It's a not a cool role, but he did it so well. And for me, who's only seen him do it like I only thought of him from X-Men, but it's a good point. He's from Mayor of Easttown. But I'm like, oh, this guy like really knows how to embody a character. This guy knows. I'm like, oh, because Ashley was watching and she was like, oh, do you think people are only going to think of him as Dahmer now? I'm like, I don't think so. I think he's done enough, and he's good enough to where like he can probably spread his wings and people won't just recognize him. So would you do a role like this if presented? If somebody's like, oh, you got to do problem is that the women just don't have a lot of serial killers. And
would you play Eileen Wuornos?
Who's that?
She's a serial killer.
Oh, that's Monster. That's what Charlize Theron did, right?
Oh yeah. Okay, that's a great point. Would you like gain 50 pounds?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa! You'd gain 50?
As long as they paid for like a chef and to be with me after for like 3 months to get me back in shape.
50 is a lot.
Do you think?
I think that's a fair negotiation.
Would you do it? You'd do it if you could get that deal?
If it was a role that I felt like I could transform in. Like, you're not going to do that all the time. But, like, it's cool to have, like, one role in your career that you just completely embodied somebody else. And I would love the opportunity to do that. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, as long as they would help me lose the weight.
Well, speaking of gaining weight, Jamie, I ate garlic bread last night, like half a loaf.
The first thing Rob said when he got on the pod before we recorded was like, oh, here I am, the fattest guy in the podcast.
Fattest guy in the podcast, reporting for duty. Garlic bread, everything, cheese, steak. I mean, just disgusting. It was such a disgusting.
Oh, today or this week?
Oh, last night for dinner.
Was there anything that you were like, no, I can't have that? Did you completely just gorge? Anything
there was
you
one
saw
thing
you
at
ate?
the table that someone put on my plate that was baked potato gnocchi with cheese and bacon, and I was like, this is not even good. Like, it's just too much. Like,
too much.
And they were like, oh, it's good. I'm like, anything that you put
not
cheese
worth it.
And bacon and potato, like it's all the same. It's French fries with fucking.
I actually don't fuck with potatoes anymore. I used to. I'm not really into them anymore.
Whoa, really? You don't fuck around. You don't fuck with potatoes, man?
No.
As a fat Irish guy, that hurts.
Sorry.
Yeah, why don't you tell him to fuck his mother or something? Jesus.
I basically did.
I woke up with 7 pimples today. And listen, this is like crazy.
Like legit pimples?
Yeah,
like little whiteheads, like dots. And then this shows you how like delicate and like clean. But I have been eating bad lately, but this was like next level bad.
Yeah.
That I had like anxiety not like full anxiety, but like anxious thoughts today for like the first time in a long time, where I was just like I was like, I felt like a little like overwhelmed, and I was like, Jesus Christ, it was like what I ate last night was so crazy. And just like, you know what it is too? It's like all the sauces they put on everything. It's just like butter and this, and it was just fucking disgusting. It's crazy how much fucking eating affects me or affects people in general. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're a delicate little flower.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Or
know.
just also, Rob, that you eat so clean and take such good care of yourself that to see a couple of whiteheads pop up all together, you're like, wait, this shouldn't be here. As opposed to like other people that eat shitty all the time, that like it doesn't even faze us when we get that shit all the time because that's just how we're like living our lives. And you're so clean that you're making the example that like that's like not normal. Your skin shouldn't be doing that all the time.
I remember last night grabbing the piece of bread and like squeezing it, and it was like dripping.
Oh my God.
I was like, this is not good. But then I was like, yeah. Like it was, I'm just disgusting. When it comes down to when I let loose, it's a disgusting sight. But good news is today we're back on the horse. I haven't stopped going to the gym. I went extra hard in the gym today. We're back, baby. We're back. Yeah.
Not me. Nope. I've officially crossed the 1 year mark. No exercise.
Wow.
You haven't even, it's been a year since you got on that Peloton?
I think maybe a couple times.
What is it about the Peloton and people getting it and just doing it a couple of times and then it just sits there?
I mean, that's the old hat. It's
always gotten more use. Other people get more use out of it than I do. That's for sure.
But that's like the joke about exercise things. It's like when I bought a treadmill for my apartment in the city, and I remember one of my friends was like, "You're paying $3,000 for a coat rack." Like they were like, "You're just gonna put your clothes on there within a month." But that's not what happened. Every time I got fat, I would walk on it, and Cassim will love this. I wouldn't let myself watch my favorite TV shows, which at the time still is Shark Tank. I wouldn't let myself watch it unless I was on the treadmill.
Oh,
sometimes I would have 3 or 4
discipline.
episodes and I'd be like, fuck this, I need to watch it. And I would get on.
Hey guys, today's sponsor for the pod is BetterHelp.com. Look, you guys watch and listen to the pod. You know that we are big fans of talk therapy. It's, been a part of me and Rob and Jamie's journey. And part of the problem with talk therapy is that it wasn't always easy to get. If you wanted to talk and find a therapist, you would have to like find someone who, a friend of yours that had a therapist, and you'd have to kind of like secretly be like, hey man, do you got a person that I can talk to? And do you like them? And it was always kind of like this weird, like back alley thing. BetterHelp.com kind of has changed and revolutionized the way you access talk therapy. You download the app. You put in your information. Within 48 hours, you're matched with a licensed therapist that you have access to all week. You can message your therapist. You have appointments every week, and the price is much, much lower than you'll find, and then definitely much lower than what I was paying for a traditional talk therapist. Do yourself a favor, talk to someone. It doesn't have to be when things are bad. Oftentimes, you'll be surprised by what you can do when things are good.
When you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/pajama today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/pajama.
I just saw a crazy one. Do you remember the one, Rob, a husband and wife, and they did like this crazy like little rap before, and it was for like an aphrodisiac bar?
No.
And he like broke down crying because like after he was in the Marines, he tried.
Oh, first of all, that was not only startling, but you just said aphrodisiac.
Dude, I hope people screen cap that.
That's why Cutter walked in. He heard me say aphrodisiac and he was like, naked.
Honestly, if I saw Bigfoot in the wild, I'd have the same feeling. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's
my shit. Do you fucking see
I want Gabby to take a screenshot of all of our faces at that moment when
you don't have to worry. That's gonna be the YouTube fucking cover. That's what she does. She takes our dumbest faces and puts it as the YouTube cover.
But we all did it at the same time, no doubt. Like the same second.
It scared me.
Should we put Cutter topless on the YouTube cover?
No, you've got to click for that. You got to click for that.
No, he's got to be in the middle of the three of us.
The guy just out of the shower. You just can't. He can't be afraid to walk around in his own house without being put on a goddamn YouTube thumbnail. That's no way to live. He's never even been on the
podcast, but everyone's seen him naked now.
Wow. Bro, how does he feel about that?
Cutter, do you know you just walked into the podcast naked?
What do you want me to do? You guys are in the closet, you know? I mean, what do you want me to do? I got to get changed. Love you guys.
He's right.
Wow. How turned on are you right now, Jamie?
What happened?
It just turned the light off. God, we are. This is the pod.
If you're gonna watch one on YouTube, it's got to be this one, guys.
This is good, yeah, because we also we have a dating app profile to get through, oh boy, is this guy something else?
Oh no!
Wait, before
I haven't looked yet.
Before you look,
I'm
Jamie,
just teasing.
Let me and Kass describe what we think is going on, and then when you see it, we'll see how well we described it. Go ahead, Kass.
Oh, he's smoking.
So
I think so. Yeah, big time.
I think he's relax, buddy.
Dude, this guy's crazy hot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Between that guy and Cutter, do you need a minute?
Yeah.
Are you good to go with the pod?
I honestly, my body temperature I'm hot right now.
Yeah, who needs the Peloton, huh?
He's researching to play Dahmer.
You could just watch Cutter walk by.
My mouth is watering. I do want to circle back to Dahmer at some point because it has been in the news, and I want to get your take on this and tell me where on the which side of the fence you're on. A lot of people, especially like the victims, one of the siblings of the victims, the Jeffrey Dahmer's victims, came out and was like, Netflix never once talked to us and told us they were doing this. They never asked us permission to do it or even got our blessing to make this. And in this series, they're like doing a 1-for-1 recreation of like when there's when the victims got to go to court and like do their victim impact statements in front of the court. They have like side by side of the actual footage and then the actors. It's like the same. You know what I mean? So now the victims are watching actors play themselves and do the exact same thing they did, and it's like stirring up all this trauma. And they're like,
they could just not watch it.
Well, so I'm gonna present this sort of on both sides because, and I totally understand that. And I think they should at least like got their like, hey, we're making
money.
This. Maybe cost the families of some kind of fund. But when you think of Jeff Dahmer, when I thought about his victims, honestly, I thought they were all like prostitutes, and I didn't have any idea who they were. And I was like, oh, it was probably just easy for him because he just scooped them up off the street. But like what I learned from watching the series is it was not that. And what the series did well was show you sort of like who these people were and like where they came from and the situations that got him into this. Which like one kid, which I think most people kind of remember from the 90s, one kid got away. He was drugged and he got away. And then the cops found him outside and they brought him back to like Jeff's like, oh, that's my boyfriend. We're just do gay stuff. And they let Jeff take the kid back, and Jeff murdered the kid after the cops had already had a word with him. The cops were the biggest.
So is each episode a story about the victim and he's in it?
It's sort of like that. Yeah, they do. There are episodes that are just about one particular victim. And then some of them like skip around to his childhood and stuff like that. But it really does do a good job of letting you know who these people were, like putting a face to the name. And I feel like there is some good that can come of it. Because also like the police force in Milwaukee is so incompetent and they fucked up so bad that like shining a light on how sort of, how they treated people that were gay, how they treated people that were minorities, which was not well. And like their actions led to the deaths of people that almost got away. And so there's good and bad from it, and
well, that's what I was going to say too. When you were saying like, would you play somebody that was like horrible or whatever? I'm like, yeah, not only for the like artist side of it, but also like, this is really how stories get remembered through film and TV. And, like you can do as much as like books in school, but like people remember, like I remember documentaries on people and that's how I really know them and like stuff like that. And so when you're putting a piece of film out there to last forever about like somebody's story fully, like to me, that's like solidifying good or bad or anything. Like it's significance in history and, things like that.
Especially with like incredible performances, like Johnny Depp has put some people just on the map when you're like,
Donnie Brasco.
Donnie Brasco, Blow, like that guy. Like, it's just like, you're like, man, these stories, and you're so, it's just crazy. Jamie, here's what I want to say about this profile. I think the guy is a good-looking guy, but I think if a girl was going to describe like a classic douchebag profile, I think this guy hits like. Did he 60%.
Send his own in? He sent this in.
Oh, that's the only way we do it.
Yes. Josh sent this himself.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we would never do it otherwise.
He's sent it in a couple times. Just happened to get.
So he's down. Like, he wants us to do.
Oh, he is down. Okay. And I haven't had it. I haven't looked at like
what's
all
the
stuff
one?
he said. I think.
Well, here's the thing. I think sometimes like the reason why the classic like douchebag profile is so used all the time is because it's also like cool. Like, in one photo, he's sitting on the wing of a plane, which is like, oh, that's dope. But it's also like in the next photo, he has a shirt off and this, and you're like, oh, this is like, it's like if you were going to put like a, douchey profile, or like, what was that show? Like the
Well, let's before we call it douchey, can we go through it?
Of course, but I already did. I'm just saying, what's that? What was that show where the guy was like the fake online dating profile guy?
Catfish?
No. Remember on Netflix where it was like, this guy says
Teo?
No,
the Swindler, Tinder
the
Swindler.
Tinder Swindler.
Right. Like, if you were going to be a Tinder Swindler, this is how it would be. Like, I feel like a girl, and the guy is a good-looking guy. I feel like a girl would see this profile and either fall in love or think the guy's a douche. I think those are the two things that come out of it.
I'm going to try really hard to put myself in a single girl mindset so I can view this as one.
Because if you see, that's what happened. Me and Kass both saw it. Kass fell in love. I think kind of douche.
Okay. So what's the first one with the headphones on?
It's hard for me to see a guy's dating profile and a picture with his shirt off and not think it's douchey. You know what I mean? But again, like, the guy seems like a cool dude, and if I was a chick, I think I'd fall into two categories depending on what kind of chick I was.
Yeah. Okay, the one I just sent you, the latest one is the main. His name's Josh. Okay. He's 30, and Gabby's putting him on the screen now. I mean, here he is, right? Good-looking guy. Looks like Mark Rebier. Yep.
Actor/double. What does that mean? Like, he stands in or doubles? Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, let me start out with saying I think his cover photo is his worst photo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so, okay, I'm going to start right away. Can I start right away?
Please, take it away. Photo? Take it away.
I have an issue with men taking selfies.
Well, okay. Okay, so what you're saying is that we should only be in photos that somebody else has taken of us?
Yes. I don't know why, but to me, like, selfieing is like a vibe, and it's like how do I look the best? Let me like look so good. Sure. And like, I am so minimally like that, so I think that's why I'm like kind of bothered by it.
You and Rob are on the like more traditional side of this stuff. I think they're so prevalent, and everyone does it that it's like it's kind of crossed the point of it being anything. I totally get what you're saying. And
I'm just old. Yeah. I get it.
But I don't know if it's so much old as it is like a stance. You know what I mean? And we just have the common.
But the young girls that are looking at this do these fucking selfies all day. And
but if you look at
that they like are guys that do this. So it's.
But here's the thing: I'm on these apps, and the girls that I always connect with, it's not about the age. It's like they are girls who are like, I think that's douchey. Like, I think there's a stance where you either go, because if you think about it, how often do you see like 60-year-olds, 55-year-olds, 50-years doing selfies?
You're
like
dating women in their mid-30s. You're not dating girls in their 20s.
Well, those are the girls that I've dated, but I've also like talked with girls on here who are like in their late 20s or whatever, and like it's the same vibe. Like, if I see a girl in her profile and she's taking selfies, I know we're probably not gonna vibe. Like, and also there's a difference between like one selfie and all my photos are selfies, you know, where it's like, and there's a vibe in selfies. Like, if you're just like, oh, taking a casual selfie, we're like, this is a pretty intense selfie this guy's taking.
Yes.
It is.
And it's just like the scout. It's just the look, like,
look,
like
Josh,
he's good looking. I wish he wasn't making this face.
Yeah, you don't need to do this.
You don't have to smolder.
I hear you guys. I just think this guy.
We're being too hard on him.
He's young. He's much younger than us. He's a decade
Yes.
younger than us. It's a whole other world out there.
That's
for
what
these
I'm
guys.
saying. I understand that.
Good haircut, good
hair.
bone structure, nice frames.
I like his glasses a lot.
Kass, I got a question for you. It says here 6 foot tall. How tall is this guy?
Oh, he's like 5'10".
Yeah, okay.
I mean, you got to add 2 inches to
no, he looks tall sitting on that plane.
But he's still 5'11", you know?
Oh, it's a miniature plane. He's actually 3 inches tall. This is, so if you guys are looking at the one that says about me, basically every character from New Girl rolled into one, an actor living in OC.
By the way, this guy's 30.
Okay. Let's get into the specifics 25 here. Okay.
And by the way, I don't feel bad making the jokes about this guy because he sent it into pajama pants, but also we've said many times he's a good-looking guy. This guy's got no problem. He's flying.
Josh he's
got
a
his
good
shirt
dude.
off. He's confident.
He's confident. Josh, any criticism
I
here?
think he's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. See, now we're going. Now, what is it that makes you think he's cool?
I like his answers because it doesn't feel like, okay. First of all, I like his honesty. He's not sure if he wants kids yet. Like, to me, I actually would be down to meet somebody like that because I'm like, oh, you're honest.
Sure.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he's not, like, if he could put that out there, that's something most girls would be like, he's being honest. Like, you would do that. You know what I mean? I like that.
Okay. Can I just make a prediction right now? I'm going to predict this. If we time it compared to all of our other dating apps, I think we're spending the most time ever on this dating app from here on.
Very possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot to say.
That's a very divisive profile.
The picture of him on the rock, I'm wondering if it's like a modeling picture. So maybe that's why he used it.
Yeah, it's a double.
Because it's a good picture.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I would expect that on like the Patagonia website or something, like something.
He's LL Bean in it.
Yeah,
right there.
yeah. He's got a Canada Goose jacket on, so he has money. It's a $700 jacket.
It's a campaign.
Uh-huh.
And by the way, and here's my thing. If you show this picture to a girl, in my head, a girl only thinks 2 things. This guy's really hot or this guy's a douche. Because I can't see a girl seeing this picture and be like, oh, this guy's ugly. He's a bad dresser. Like he's doing his thing. But some people just get that douche vibe.
All right. The picture with the shirt off, like on one hand, I'm like, cool. Like your body's dope. Like good for you to show it. But then like you're doing the selfie in the face again.
Yeah.
I just like, if you're working out and you take a picture of your body, it's just not my vibe.
Because here's the deal, right? If he's looking for a girl to fuck, this is cool. I think if you're looking for like a wife and whatever,
that's how I'm looking at it.
Do you want a wife who's like, yeah, I remember the first time I saw you, you were taking a selfie with your shirt off. Like, I'll never forget. Like, I don't know. It just feels like, but again, he's 30, probably in LA, like looking to get laid. And if you are, you got it, dude. You're killing it.
And I like that. I'll always hit the dance floor with you. Like, oh my God, you sound fun. Like you'd be a great. Oh, yes. I think that was the answer to I'm a great +1 because, and I like that answer.
Yes.
Look, I like it. The only problem I have with it is you see that a lot, like on girls' profiles. That's very, there's some things that are like, I want adventures. Like, I want this. I'll always hit the dance floor with
Got
you.
it.
Like,
not that original. Which
is fine. Like, it's just, again, if you're looking to get laid, like this is, you could like copy paste this dude's photos and profiles and just print puss.
Yeah.
What do you think is the best photo he's got here? I got mine.
Definitely not shirt off.
I like the plane.
I think the plane one is dope.
Inside the plane, right? Or on top of it?
I thought on top of the plane.
Well,
he's dope.
But inside the plane, way to see his face. I like the inside of the plane because his face has got a nice shape, but it's like, ooh, I fly. Am I flying? Am I a pilot? You know, like, ooh,
he's a passenger.
I don't know. He's on a plane.
He's a pilot.
No way he's a pilot, and he wouldn't have put that in the beginning first page of like all the things that you could tag.
Well, talk to me here, Jamie. Because,
what do you got? Pennies in there?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Sonic Ice.
You got rocks?
Are marbles back?
I have this Sonic Ice, remember?
Listen, why are there 2 pictures of planes? He's in a plane and then sitting on top of a plane, and that's just supposed to be casual.
That was a good day. It was a good day when he got to be a guest passenger on that plane.
It is the same day. Jamie does have a point. It is the same day because he's wearing the same shirt.
Yep.
Wow, detectives we are.
Okay, I would say maybe he's like a training to be a pilot. It's
you really want him to be a pilot again.
I just think if you put that there, you're going to get questions about it from girls. And if a girl goes, oh, are you a pilot? And he goes, no. Like, no, I think you've got to probably be a pilot.
So even if he was a pilot, wasn't a pilot, under my interests, he has theater, coffee, exploring new cities, being active, creativity. He would have for sure put flying.
Yeah, that's a good point. You're not wrong.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Josh, we need some clarity.
Because if you're a pilot
right
or you want to fly, it's like a passion. You probably are like fucking every weekend. You die. Like it gives you like.
Josh, askpajamapants@gmail.com. Make sure you kind of let us know how close we are to the things that we've mentioned here today. I think
I really actually need to follow up, and because he's left the most mystery, I guess, and I need to know. I
think and also girls, if you are looking to meet Josh, I'm not going to put his information out there, but you can email us, and then if Josh emails us, we'll connect you guys. Look, that's part of the service.
Hook somebody up now?
I don't think we want that on our hands. We just saw Damer. We know what's going on out there.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Listen, I don't think Josh needs help getting puss.
I think
this is going to be Pajama Pants' first official client. Okay, I'm not going to say we're going to do this for free.
Oh my God! Can you imagine if then we have like a Pajama Pants wedding?
Yeah, I think
not everyone's trying to eat people.
Remember, something happened with two people that we had on where they matched and something. Okay. I wonder how they're doing. Let's have a little catch up.
Let's talk. Okay, so Jamie, what's your favorite photo? Yours is what, Jamie?
Wait, hold on.
Let's wrap this up. We are spending a lot of time on it.
I think it's good. I don't think we need to wrap it up. Here's what I want to say. I know I'm repeating myself when I said, here's my numbers. I think 80% of women probably say yes to this guy. 15% say, this guy seems a little douchey, and 5% just say no because, some women don't want Brad Pitt. Like, some girls are like, I think Brad Pitt's
wow, Brad Pitt, huh?
I'm just saying 5% of women say no to this guy because,
because he's gonna fuck around. He's too out of there, too high of a number.
I think some girl might see this guy, like 5% of girls, and be like, oh, he's just not my type or whatever. Some girls probably only like black guy, like whatever their reasons are. They just see this guy and say no. Oh, I hate flying. I hate whatever. Okay. I think if this guy takes off the shirtless picture, just a shirtless picture, and maybe changes the front one, I think he's up to 94% yeses.
Yep.
And I think those 14% yeses, but I'm just thinking from my opinion, are quality yeses that he's missing out on. Like Jamie-Lynn.
If he wants a relationship.
Like Jamie-Lynn.
Okay, we have to make this distinction. I'm saying keep the shirtless picture in there if you're trying to bang, Josh.
Yeah, if you're trying to bang.
If you're trying to bang. If you're trying to find a woman to marry and to get hitched, you take that shirtless picture off, a la Rob's suggestion. You clarify about this plane, okay? What's going on with the plane? Do you own it? Did you just like have a friend who took you up in the air one day and you decided you'd snap 2 photos to put on your... We need that information. Look, he likes Lord of the Rings.
Make sure not to put planes in his dating profile.
I can't put as a Middle Eastern man. I'm not. They won't even let me access the emoji for it. I like his music selection. I like the Lord of the Rings mention. He's got a nerdy quality.
That's
here.
What I mean. He's got like a lot of cool different things about him.
Let's talk about his occupation. He's an actor. / double. There's probably a third job that's actually paying the bills in there that's not mentioned. Sorry, Josh, if that's not true. If you are making a living as an actor, it's very hard to do. Congratulations. I would imagine if that was the case, you'd be living closer to LA. Although it's not that far to drive from the OC. But I need to know you have a stable future. And again,
if you're living in the OC, you got some cash.
Well, look, there's all kinds of parts of the OC. I mean, some of it's real expensive, and some of it's, white power trash.
Here's something that I'm thinking, right? Which is like, I think some guys maybe do need a photo with their shirt off, and that's guys where girls go like, oh, he's okay, and then they find out, oh my God, this guy has a fucking 8-pack. We're like, if you're a good looking, like, I don't think there's any girls who look at your pictures and go like, nah, and then see you with your shirt off and go like, okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I don't think any girl's going like, yeah, this guy's probably flabby and like,
can I turn this around? LL Bean. Can I turn this around? And when you're looking at a dating profile and you see a girl and she has a swimsuit pic, do you apply those same rules, or
if I have
are
questions.
You like, oh wow, look at that body, like damn.
If it's a swimsuit pic, or she's at a pool with her friends, or she's a cute picture of her like waving on a lounge chair. But if it's like a in front sexy like
look at me.
Yes, be on a boat.
Hold your bathing suit up all the way to a place where you would never wear it, so your legs look longer. Like
okay, so you're saying this is interesting.
So
you can do shirtless. You can do shirtless if it's in the right context.
Yeah, you're on a boat with 3 of your friends.
Interesting.
Hey, like we're having a good time. Somebody.
This is Josh. This is what you need to do. Get back in that plane. Take your shirt off. Jump out of it with a shirt off. Get that shot, selfie. That's where your selfie's acceptable, when you're free falling out of a plane.
No doubt.
All right. What's the official rating out of 10?
8.
That came quick.
Man, I mean, because if he's not one of our listeners, I'd probably go 6.5. Because he's one of our listeners, I go 7. I think
give this guy a 6.5.
Everyone was our listener.
We're giving his profile a rating, not him.
I understand. No, I'm still 6.5 is very low.
This guy.
Very low.
I give his because let me finish. I go 6.5.
All our listeners are 10 out of 10s. What do you mean?
Right. I go 6.5 if he's not our listener. He is, so I'll give him a 7. I think if he takes out 2 of those pictures in there, he's 9ing it.
Yes.
This guy's 9ing it if he takes 2 of those pictures out.
And replaces them with what we said. Dude, that's what I would love to hear. I'd love to hear for him to do what we just said to the profile and see if there's a difference in the quality.
You got to write in, Josh. I'm giving Josh a 9.0 straight up. This is
Give Josh your phone number.
He's gonna have my email after this. Josh, thank you so much. If you've been listening to this and not watching this pod, I apologize to you. It's over now, but this would be a great pod for you to come and watch on YouTube. Thank you guys. AskPajamaFans@gmail.com if you want to send your dating profile apps, or on our Instagram page.
You guys,
and I only say the harsh stuff because he's a listener, and
you're the Simon Cowell. You're the Simon Cowell of the group. We gotta have somebody who's gonna just you say it as it is. You know, you call him like you see him.
I know what I want for my birthday next year.
The same thing as last year, to spend it with us. That's it.
Yes. And I'm going to tell you how.
Oh, you want Josh on a boat with his shirt off?
I want to do a live show.
Wow.
I want to do one night only, a live show with an audience.
She just said it's for her birthday, Robbie.
We'll see what area.
I've said it before. I'll show up. Set it up. I'll be there.
What area would we sell out most? Like New York, LA, Australia, like wherever we have like the most amount of listeners, or we could guarantee we'll sell this out. And then like we'll do all these fun segments like dating app profiles. Like you have people in the audience instead of emails. We'll literally have the questions. Phil from Long Island will probably come. Like I just think it would be, I just want one time.
Oh, I'm with you. I think it'd be real fun.
I want to be around our listeners. Like I want to hear them laugh at us. Like I want to hear them, like, I want to feel their energy. I want to be around Josh. Me too. I want to be around our fans and their energy. I want to know them. I want to know what they're like. Like, what kind of people are you?
Amen. Jamie, and until then, write in, guys.
I love you so much. I will do anything for you. I will not fly to Australia for you.
Okay.
We'll do it somewhere here. Again, I've said before.
Oh, what's the matter, Rob? You don't want to hear it from the horse's mouth?
I can't. Wow. I'll end up killing someone at that show, because after 24 hours on a plane, I'll just be the most miserable person on the face of the earth.
Okay.
Get in the saddle, Rob.
But yeah, listen,
North America.
You guys, I know you don't have a lot going on, Jamie. You want to set that up? I'll show up. Just tell me where to be.
Okay, but we have to like produce it. Like we need to make it like dope.
There are sites that we could set up in like whatever gets the most like votes in what city or whatever. Yeah,
I think we do it in Austin.
Austin would be.
But
Austin
I don't know
would
if we have a lot
great.
of listeners here.
Well, we're gonna find out today.
We do. I'm sure we do. Write in. If you really want to make it happen, take charge. Get a group of people. Let us know how many of you there are in whatever city you're in.
Special guests.
100%, Jamie.
We could get so many great guests to come, Rob. You and I could really. I bet we could get like. Oh my God, I have so many good ideas.
And as long as Josh comes, I'll be there.
Yeah, as long as Josh comes.
I bet we could get David Chase to come.
No, really?
What are you talking about?
I bet we could get like Sopranos things. We could get Alejandro Rojas back. We could get
for sure. For sure, Alejandro Rojas.
I say now, no, it'll be my birthday. If you even fucking bring Perry Caravello even near the theater, I will leave you both.
David Chase? What are you talking about?
He would come and answer and like talk to us about, like, I would be interested to know like his perception of us as kids on the show. Like, how did you feel about casting us? Like, how did you feel about us on the show? Like, wouldn't you be interested in those?
Perry Caravello has to moderate it, but David Chase comes. Would you still be okay? Would you still be okay?
Oh my God, that would be like a straight up like Borat scene, like Perry Caravello.
Bharat Sigadayev
interviewed David. Can you imagine David sitting across from him? How long do you think he would
imagine last? You sitting across from him?
I think I'm just gonna sit in the. I'm just gonna be sitting in the audience for this. I want to see you and Kassam interview David Chase. That's what all of our fans have been clamoring for.
We have a lot of Sopranos fans here.
No,
you hear that noise again?
Yeah, it's got to be your toes. Show the camera.
I'm not. Do you want to see my toes?
No, don't show them for free, Jamie. Oh my God.
That's two of us who have showed our toes in this past couple of pods. Kass.
Bunch of dudes just busted.
What are you waiting for, Kass?
Yep.
Wow, I got some emails. Do you guys want to read through some emails? I got time
for
emails?
Like one or two.
Let's do it. I also... I just wanted to also mention Call Me Kat Season 1 is now streaming on Hulu for everyone, just so you know.
What's that?
Are you being paid to say that?
No, just a huge fan. Call Me Kat.
You are not.
I don't understand what's going on.
I've seen 7 minutes of one of those episodes, and I could pretty much bet on my children that you fucking hate it.
It just might be the worst show of all time, but it's just funny because there's one episode, if somebody could go back and find this, it'd be so great. But I remember like we were joking around about how I was saying how much I hate it because there was a billboard on the way to the studio when we used to record. And I'd point it out to Kassam every week. I'd be like, that makes me so angry. And at that moment, like Jamie must have been stoned out of her mind and she just went, call me Kat! And she made a face and said it so funny. And it's something that plays in my head like probably twice a week.
I know how I did it. Call me Kat.
Yeah, I plays in my head like twice a week.
Oh my God, that's so funny. That was so long ago.
So Jamie, there's something that I wanted to ask you with your entire friendship with Kassam, since we have it, the beginning of it on record, and this is the current state of it. What was your favorite Kassam moment, if you had to say, in like the whole 3-4 years that you've known him, whether it's on pod, off pod, whatever, like in this friendship, if you think of one moment with Kassam, what stands out?
What's going on here?
What do you mean? What's going on? It's a nice thing.
Why are we doing a nice thing?
See, when people say I'm not nice, and when I try and do something nice, I get fucking talked to like that.
No, I don't want it.
People want this. They force it. I don't want to be this.
My favorite. It's so hard for me to pick one. So can I say like my favorite type of moment of Kass?
Whatever you'd like to do with it.
Okay, my favorite types of moments he would have was when he would just get really authentic and educated and kind about like a certain topic we were talking about. Like everything he would say would be so thoughtful and smart and genuine and nice. And I, whether it have been with Dr. Drew or when we talked about, racism and we've had like some like more serious conversations, or when I, will get more deep and serious about things. Like I just love the way he kind of drops in to the saddle of
I got
just
right
like,
in the saddle. Serious issues.
Just like the core of who he is, which is a really good person.
This.
Those are my favorite moments.
I'm squirming. Thank you. That's nice of you, Jamie. You're a sweetheart. Those moments are few and far between. I'll have you know.
No, they've happened enough for me to know them.
They were happening during.
I'm such a fucking stoner. You think I can remember a lot of things, but I remember those, so they happen a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like, yeah, when I saw his hot bod, you know, like that was my favorite moment. No.
It shows how in tune you are with the universe.
Jeez, had no idea.
Yeah. I think you're spot on. I think whenever I speak to Kassem and get advice from him or he shares his opinions, if even I disagree, I never question like the intent of what he's saying or like where or like why is he saying this or you know like oh this guy's what the hell is he talking about? Like I always, you know, at worst he just or at best he just makes me question what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? Like which is great. I always
it's called gaslighting.
He's got a great head on his shoulders. Yeah. See?
But you always and you're very fair.
Yeah.
You're very
I'm a
fair.
Libra. That's
is
true.
that a characteristic of Libras?
Are those the scales?
The scales.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The scales.
I would not get on one right now after last night. All that garlic bread. You can't find me on a scale, Papa. Yeah. You know what? My favorite moment, I don't know about, not all time with Kassem, but since we started this pod, you know what my favorite Kassem moment is, Jamie?
What? When
we were sitting on your couch at your house and Kassem sang that song. Do you remember that?
And it was so
I'll never forget it. I was like in tune, in key for the first time in my life.
It was a song called If the World Was Ending that Jennifer Love Hewitt was like covering on something. And Kassem.
What was
it? Exactly. And Kassem, you know what it was? It was like for 1 second, Kassem's guard was so down. And that was like the most vulnerable I've ever seen.
That's how he sings in the shower when he's alone in his house.
I don't even know if he's that vulnerable in the shower.
You're so right.
He was on that couch. There were kids around, family, food. He was just in, you know, he got lost for a second.
Yeah.
And he sang.
It's surprise. I remember my reaction to it. I was like, oh, what was that? Like, I looked at you guys and you were like,
that came out of me?
You were the most shocked in the room. Yeah. And then I was like, we were like, do it again. And you were like turning red. You were like, no.
That's exactly what happened when Elvis laid down his first track, you know, except it was just like a little teeny bit of it. Everyone's like, whoa, that guy's going to make it, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
No
Call
doubt.
Me Cat, season 1.
Call me Cat.
Here it is. Well, I appreciate it. That's all real nice stuff, guys. We can read an email or two and then get the heck out of here. How's that sound?
Good to
me.
I'm
go
hungry.
for it.
I'm going to give you the subject lines and you guys tell me which ones you want to read.
Oh,
okay?
This is good.
Okay. OCD and addiction, ... Love the irreverent pods, ! We need a book, ! And thank you. Those are the 4 I have that I'm looking at here.
What was the first one?
OCD
and addiction.
I'm going to guess Jamie wants... Oh, no. Go ahead, Jamie.
Go ahead. No, you guess.
I thought you would want thank you. But you want OCD and addiction.
Nope. I don't want thank you. I want book. Let's make a book.
We need a book.
And irreverent podcast.
Oh, wow. I was 0 for 2.
Okay. Rob, which one would you pick?
Oh, out of those 2 now. Jamie narrowed it down to 2. I picked one.
Well, what were the original? I'm just going to see if any of them overlapped. You get to pick 2. Which 2 would you pick? OCD and addiction, love the irreverent pods, we need a book, or thank you?
I would have picked the 2 that Jamie didn't pick. I would have picked OCD and addiction and thank you.
Okay.
Whoa.
So we're going to do one. We're going to do one from each.
What are your 2?
Yeah, Kass, that's it. You pick 2.
We're going to do one from each. We're going to do OCD and addiction, and we're going to do love the irreverent pods.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Jamie, you want love the irreverent pods or we need a book?
Well, now this is like Sophie's choice. I
already picked. Why are we going back?
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought Jamie wanted the book one.
Well, she
I
picked
don't know
2.
which one I want. He picked it.
Guys, It's an email.
Exactly. Let's just read it. All right, I'm gonna read OCD and addiction to kick us off. Put us that way. If it's too dark, we can come out of it.
I feel like that's how I feel when I'm like talking to Bo and Jack. I'm like, who cares who gets the fucking blue plate?
Yeah. Amen, brother.
All right. So it says, hey guys, love the pod and especially your discussions on your own personal journeys. I will say that as an ACOA, adult child of an alcoholic, I recognize a lot of the red flags. Every time I'm out with friends/family, I am aware of the alcohol I consume. I have a question, and we were talking about alcoholism, I think, last time. I have a question for Rob. Do you think your OCD issues help or hinder your recovery? I note all the quirks you talk about, and I ask myself, does Rob do this to claim control of his life? I ask because I have an adult daughter struggling with both addiction and OCD issues. As I said, I love the pod, and I've also started watching Kass on Attack of the Show. I have not started to watch Jamie on her show. It's hard to see her as anyone other than Meadow Soprano. Oh, interesting. Thanks for your time, Phil from Bermuda.
Oh, thank God.
Give her a shot to be someone else. No, this is a different guy.
So he wants to know your OCD.
Yeah, I don't think it's an all or nothing thing. I think in ways it helps, and I think ways it probably hinders it. I think, again,
it helps you stay in a healthier cycle that you're addicted to rather than a bad one.
But I think a lot of my healthy habits are not OCD related. I think they're just like habits that I've gotten in routines where like OCD is very
my brother had it where it was debilitating.
Yeah, and the only time I feel like it's debilitating to me is like with flying. That's really the only time where like it really is like
you're really out of control.
Yeah, and leading up to it, but again, it's something like it's one of these things where I think before I understood OCD, not that I fully understand it, but I have a better understanding of it. Then it just feels less. You know what I mean? It's like you can learn about some things, and then you're like, oh, that's what it is. Like, okay, like it's a way to give you, like, part of it is a way to give you a feeling of control over stuff you have no control over. Mm-hmm. So when I'm getting on a plane and I have zero control, if I do certain things, it makes me feel more better and like I'm gonna, and again, like some people say, that's a lot of what prayer is and this, and not to say it's what religion is, but
it's yeah,
like, like, oh, I pray every night at this time, and then what, Kass?
Just Jamie.
What'd I do?
You just got so close to the camera. You were like, it's prayer.
We're losing her, Gabs.
It's a prayer. It was unreal.
I'm stretching.
No, you called at the beginning of the pod. You're like, the last half is going to be a struggle. And your body was giving.
It's all right, Jamie. We'll take the first 30 minutes being as strong as yours were. We'll take the week 9.
Stellar first 30.
It's so me.
It came in hot.
I want you to rewatch that part when this comes out.
Jamie has an interesting relationship with the camera.
All right, read mine.
Well, yeah,
you're still
Jamie,
talking.
Please. I'm talking about my addiction here.
I thought you were done. Sorry.
No, it's all good. Go ahead. What's Jamie's book? Don't you already have one?
I didn't pick the book.
This is a different.
I'm saying, didn't you already write a book, Jamie?
Yeah.
Multiple or just one?
No,
yeah. She's got CDs. She's got books. She's on TV shows. She's got everything.
Oh, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, wait. But he was asking for help for his daughter. So let's.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Give it a real answer.
Yeah. So I think it helps and hinders. Like I was saying, I think it's both. And also one thing that's 100% was like my life was so out of control when I was doing the most drugs and doing this that my OCD was so bad.
You're acting up, Jamie.
Jamie is.
You're like a gorilla, like discovering.
No, this is what happens when I try and talk to Jamie at Jamie's house, and Jack does stuff like this. He tries to get in the middle. I was just trying to talk to Phil in Bermuda.
There's a fly on my laptop.
I'm trying to talk to Phil in Bermuda here, and you're smacking the laptop
There's
around.
There's a fly.
I know. I'm just kidding.
So good. What a great pod today. Really good pod.
But one thing I do notice for sure, and for me, it went hand in hand with as I treated my addiction and things got better there, my OCD went down a lot. But it was also just because my level of anxiety and anxious thoughts went down a lot. But also I looked into, the mental my mental health and things that were going on and why they were going on, instead of being how, unfortunately, I feel like a lot of people who I used to be around are, which is, hey, that's the way I am. Like, that's me, you know, like, oh, I have OCD, instead of, you know, trying to learn more about it, figuring it out. And also, I think people have a big thing of like, well, I'm not going to fix my OCD tomorrow, you know? So it's like, this is how I am, instead of being like, you know what, if I work really hard for the next 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. And then there's other things that with my washing hands, like the way that I wash my hands is so I don't have to worry about all the things I touch all day. Like, some people are like, oh, I won't touch a doorknob. I'm like, I'll touch a doorknob. I don't care, because I know before I eat, I always wash my hands. So that's just a way of like not having to deal with that shit for 6 hours while I'm out and about and doing this, that then when I sit at a restaurant, I just go, oh, I know how to cure this in 10 seconds. I go wash my hands. And it, you know, it's just,
that's cool.
Thanks, Jane.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
That's cool.
I'll finish my answer at the live show.
We'll be there.
Yeah. And I'll see you, Australia.
Down under. Thanks for the email, Phil. This one is, love the Irreverent Pods. The crazier, the better. I look forward to Tuesday just to watch your pod. I was one of Rob's winners, and thanks for your generosity. That's right, Rob. I don't know how many weeks ago you were sending out cash, $50 for people to do the one thing, right? Good for you. Kasim, you have the sexiest voice. Oh.
Wow.
I think a lot of people disagree with you. Please don't ever change your crazy ass selves. You three give me the best wind down. Jamie and Rob, keep up the busting balls. Love you guys, Sandy. Thank you, Sandy.
Thanks, Sandy.
And that's it. I'll read the other ones on the next pod. But if you guys want to send us emails and potentially get it read on the pod, or send us your dating apps, askpajamapants@gmail.com. We are on Instagram and Twitter, and we have a TikTok, and we have a subreddit r/Pajama Pants podcast.
Do we do anything on TikTok?
Yeah, Gabby uploads.
Do we do anything anywhere? On YouTube, maybe.
I haven't uploaded an Instagram.
That's good.
And forever.
Well, it's thriving, so you don't need to. You know,
it's crushing. It's crushing. We do really well there.
Yeah.
Follow us there. Days like today, I also had a whole bunch of questions, like a questionnaire thing from Instagram we didn't even get to, so I'll save that for the next one.
Our last iTunes review is from June, so we're killing it.
Oh, we never talk about that. That's not a part of my spiel. If you guys rate us on 5 stars on iTunes or leave a message, a review there, Rob occasionally looks at those, and then maybe he'll pick one and read it on the pod, right?
Oh, that's fun.
And you don't have to give us 5 stars. Be honest. Review us.
Oh my God, be honest.
Yeah, review us.
Well, give us the potential.
We're not like buying your or trying to bribe for some like good reviews here. Like, we want to know the truth. We want to know what the people want.
Yeah. Let's say 5 stars, please.
How do you feel?
And Jamie and I also are on social medias. Rob's off the grid. Do you guys have anything before we head out?
No, I'm so hungry.
Nope.
Me too. It's time to go. All right. Well, guys, we'll see you in the next one. It was a good one today. It really was.
Yeah.
Great work.